Have you ever been surrounded by people and still felt completely alone? Have you ever sat in a room full of laughter and conversations but felt like nobody truly understood what was happening inside your mind? If your answer is yes, then this video is for you. Loneliness is not always a sign that something is wrong with you. Sometimes it is a sign that your mind works differently from the minds of most people around you. Many intelligent people experience a deep sense of loneliness, not because they dislike people, but because they struggle to find people who understand them on a deeper level. Today we are going to explore why intelligent people often feel lonely and why this loneliness may actually be connected to their greatest strengths. The first reason is that intelligent people think too much. An average person may experience something and move on within a few minutes, but an intelligent person keeps thinking. They analyze what happened, why it happened, what it means, and what could happen next. Their minds are always active. They notice details that others ignore. They ask questions that others never think about. They replay conversations in their minds and examine every word and every action. Because of this constant thinking, they often feel mentally separated from others. Most people enjoy simple conversations and simple explanations, but intelligent people are searching for meaning. They want to understand life at a deeper level, and this difference creates distance between them and other people. The second reason is that intelligent people find it difficult to enjoy superficial relationships. They do not enjoy pretending. They do not like fake smiles, meaningless compliments, or friendships based only on convenience. They want honesty, loyalty, and genuine connection. They want conversations that go beyond everyday gossip. Unfortunately, deep and meaningful connections are rare. Because intelligent people can quickly recognize insincerity, they often keep their distance from many people. They would rather be alone than surrounded by people who do not truly care about them. This choice protects their peace but also increases their loneliness. The third reason is that intelligent people often feel misunderstood. They see the world differently. They ask unusual questions and think about subjects that others may never consider. They may spend hours thinking about human behavior, the meaning of life, the future of humanity, or the mysteries of the universe. When they try to share these thoughts with others, they often receive confused looks or simple answers that do not satisfy them. Over time, they begin to feel that nobody really understands them. This feeling of being misunderstood creates emotional isolation. The fourth reason is that intelligent people are highly self-aware. They constantly examine themselves. They think about their strengths, weaknesses, mistakes, and goals. They are usually their own harshest critics. They notice every flaw in themselves and often place very high expectations on their own lives. This self-awareness helps them grow and improve, but it also creates emotional pressure. They may feel different from others because they are constantly trying to improve, while many people seem comfortable remaining the same. This difference in mindset can make intelligent people feel disconnected from society. The fifth reason is that intelligent people enjoy solitude. There is an important difference between loneliness and solitude. Loneliness is feeling sad because you are alone. Solitude is enjoying your own company. Many intelligent people actually love spending time alone. They enjoy reading, learning, creating, thinking, and exploring ideas. They can spend hours alone without feeling bored. In fact, many of their best ideas come during moments of solitude. However, spending too much time alone can gradually make social interactions more difficult. They become comfortable in their own world and may struggle to connect with others in the outside world. The sixth reason is that intelligent people often see the reality behind people's actions. They can sense dishonesty, manipulation, and hidden intentions. They notice when someone is pretending to be kind. They recognize when someone is using another person for personal gain. Because they see these things so clearly, they become cautious about relationships. They trust slowly and choose their friends carefully. Unfortunately, this caution often reduces the number of close relationships they have in life. The seventh reason is that intelligent people usually have different interests from the majority of people around them. While others may enjoy talking only about entertainment, gossip, or daily routines, intelligent people may be interested in philosophy, psychology, science, history, spirituality, or personal growth. This difference in interests can make conversations feel unsatisfying. They may feel like they are speaking a different language from everyone else. Eventually, they stop sharing their thoughts because they believe that nobody will understand them. The eighth reason is that intelligent people often overanalyze relationships. They think deeply about every interaction. They wonder why someone said certain words or behaved in a particular way. They search for hidden meanings and try to understand every detail. This habit sometimes creates unnecessary worries and emotional stress. They may pull away from people because they are thinking too much, instead of simply enjoying the relationship. The ninth reason is that intelligent people are often perfectionists. They want their work, relationships, and lives to meet high standards. They expect a lot from themselves and sometimes from others as well. When reality fails to meet these expectations, they become disappointed. They may struggle to accept imperfections in relationships, and this can create distance between them and other people. Perfectionism can make them feel that nobody truly matches their expectations. The 10th reason is that intelligent people understand the temporary nature of life. They realize that everything changes, friendships change, relationships end, people come and go. Success and failure are both temporary. Because they understand these truths deeply, they may become emotionally detached from certain things that others value greatly. This emotional detachment can sometimes make them appear cold or distant, even though they simply see life from a different perspective. The 11th reason is that intelligent people often carry emotional burdens that others cannot see. They think about problems that affect humanity. They worry about the future. They question the meaning of existence. They think about suffering, injustice, and the struggles of life. Carrying these heavy thoughts can make them feel isolated, because very few people are willing to discuss such topics seriously. The 12th reason is that intelligence often leads to independence. Intelligent people learn to rely on themselves. They solve their own problems and make their own decisions. Over time, they become so independent that asking for help feels uncomfortable. They may avoid sharing their struggles because they believe nobody will understand or because they do not want to become a burden to others. This independence can slowly turn into emotional isolation. The 13th reason is that intelligent people often have fewer but deeper friendships. They do not need dozens of friends. They prefer a small number of meaningful relationships. However, when these few relationships are missing or disappear, the feeling of loneliness becomes even stronger because they do not have a large social circle to fall back on. The 14th reason is that intelligent people often feel different from everyone around them. Since childhood, many intelligent people have felt that they do not fit in. They may have been called strange, quiet, or different. They may have preferred books over parties and meaningful conversations over small talk. These experiences can create a lasting feeling of being separate from the rest of society. The 15th reason is that intelligent people constantly seek purpose and meaning. They are not satisfied with simply existing. They want to know why they are here and what their purpose is. They search for truth and understanding. This search can be beautiful, but it can also be lonely because not everyone is asking the same questions. However, there is something important you need to understand. Feeling lonely does not mean you are broken. It does not mean there is something wrong with you. In many cases, loneliness is simply the price of seeing the world differently. It is the result of having a mind that searches for depth in a world that often prefers simplicity. Some of the greatest thinkers, philosophers, scientists, writers, and inventors in history experienced deep loneliness. They spent long periods of time alone with their thoughts. They felt misunderstood by society. Yet it was during those moments of solitude that they created ideas that changed the world. The truth is that your loneliness can become your greatest strength if you learn how to use it. Solitude gives you time to think, to grow, to understand yourself, and to create something meaningful. It gives you the opportunity to discover who you really are without the noise of the world. At the same time, remember that being intelligent does not mean you should isolate yourself completely. Human beings need connection. Even the deepest minds need someone who understands them. Do not stop searching for meaningful relationships. Somewhere in this world, there are people who think like you, dream like you, and understand the questions that keep you awake at night. Learn to appreciate your uniqueness instead of fighting against it. Accept that not everyone will understand you, and that is perfectly fine. The goal is not to be understood by everyone. The goal is to find a few people who truly see you for who you are. If you often feel lonely because you think differently, remember this: your mind is not a burden. Your depth is not a weakness. Your sensitivity is not a flaw. Sometimes the people who feel the most alone are the same people who understand life more deeply than anyone else. And perhaps your loneliness is not a punishment at all. Perhaps it is an invitation to know yourself better, to grow wiser, to create something meaningful, and to become the person you were meant to be. Because in the end, the people who dare to walk alone for some time often become the people who eventually show the world a completely new path. Thank you for watching. If this video touched your heart and made you understand yourself a little better, share it with someone who feels alone. And remember, being different is not a curse. Sometimes it is your greatest gift.